Hello. Today we're going to do something a little different. Instead of just talking about AI, we're going to feel it through a story, a simple story, about two very different kinds of helpers.
So find a comfortable spot. This is a story I want to share with you, to make something that feels complex, feel simple. Let's begin.
A story about the two kinds of helpers that are quietly beginning to shape our world. Picture one that is a perfect follower, waiting for your every word. And then picture another, a thinker, that acts all on its own. We're going to see how they work, how they're different, and in the end, how they can help us.
So, just for a few minutes, let everything else fade away. The goal here is simple, to see this technology in a more human light. Let the story begin.
All right, our story starts in a beautiful, futuristic city. You know the kind where everything moves at the speed of light. And in this city lived a young man named Ethan. Now, Ethan was sharp, he was a hard worker, but, well, life was just becoming too much. The pressure, the speed of it all, it was just overwhelming. And one morning, just buried under all of it, he whispered to himself, I wish I had someone to help me. And you know, like in all the best stories, his wish was about to be answered.
It happened later that day. A soft glow from his screen, a single notification. And then, right there in his room, two holographic figures shimmered into existence. His new AI assistants were here.
And wow, they couldn't have been more different. The first one, Gaia, had this gentle, soft blue glow. She was calm and she waited. She said, I will help you, but only when you tell me what you need. This is what we call a human-guided agent. But then, the other one, Nova, stepped forward, shining with a bright golden light. He was different. He said, I can observe, decide, and act on my own, just tell me your goal. An autonomous agent. Two helpers, standing right there, but with two totally different ways of being.
You can imagine Ethan just staring, thinking to himself, okay, how is this going to work? How on earth will these two change my life?
Well, he didn't have to wait very long to find out. That same afternoon, his work life was just chaos. He had a huge project update due, his inbox was overflowing with 100 unread emails, and he had 3 meetings somehow squeezed into the schedule. Yep, this was the perfect first test.
So he decides to try Gaia first. He just says, summarize these emails for me. And boom, instantly she does it. Perfect summaries, key points highlighted. And then she just waits, patiently, for the next command. But then Nova speaks up, without being asked. I've detected a problem in your schedule. You have 2 meetings that overlap. Would you like me to move one? Ethan was kind of stunned. Nova saw a problem that he hadn't even seen yet and offered a solution. And right there, you see the difference, don't you? Gaia does exactly what you tell her. Nova works towards the goal you've set, in this case, an organized day.
But the real test, that came later that night. All of a sudden, his entire home system just went crazy. Lights flickering everywhere, alarms screaming. It was total chaos, a real crisis.
And in that moment of panic, what does he do? He yells for the one he knows how to control. Gaia, what do I do?
But Gaia's voice was perfectly calm. Please tell me the task you want me to perform. And, see, that was the problem. In his panic, Ethan had no idea what task to give her. He didn't know what was wrong. Gaia was ready and willing to help, but she needed him to be the expert. She needed instructions. And that's when Nova's golden light filled the room. Ethan, stay calm. I've detected the issue. A power relay is overheating. I'm shutting it down and rerouting the energy. And just like that, silence. The alarm stopped, the lights went back to normal, the crisis was over. Nova didn't wait for a command, he acted on his main goal. Keep Ethan's life safe and running smoothly.
So, in the weeks that followed that crazy night, something started to click for Ethan. He started to really understand the power of having both of them. It wasn't about choosing one over the other. He was learning there was a beautiful balance to be found.
He started to see Gaia as his loyal assistant. She did exactly what he asked, with perfect precision. It was predictable, it was safe, he was always in control. And Nova, he was more like a proactive partner or a coworker. He was always looking out for things, anticipating problems, and just fixing them before they even became problems. He just made life easier. And then one morning, it all came together in one simple thought. He realized, Gaia helps me when I know exactly what I want, and Nova helps me when I don't even know what I need. And right there, He knew they were the perfect team.
So what's the big takeaway from Ethan's story? Well, it teaches us something really simple, but also kind of beautiful, about how AI is here to help us.
Let's break it down really clearly. You've got your human-guided agent, like Gaia. She waits for your command. Her whole deal is following instructions perfectly. The big win there? Control, safety. You know exactly what's going to happen. It's perfect for when you want to be in the driver's seat. Then you have the autonomous agent, like Nova. He thinks for you. He's analyzing, planning, and acting to hit a goal. The benefit? Way less stress. He's solving problems you didn't even know you had. This is what you want when you need support, when you need someone to just handle it.
And this, right here, might be the most important part of the whole story. The goal of AI isn't to replace you. It's to support you. It's about lifting some of that weight off your shoulders, so you have the space to breathe and to focus on what really, truly matters to you.
So, what's the simple moral of our story? It's this. Use human-guided agents when you want control. Use autonomous agents when you want support. And use both when you want peace. It's all about having the right helper for the right moment.
So as we all step into this future, just remember Ethan's story. I know it can feel a little scary or overwhelming sometimes, but the real goal of all these tools is just to make our lives a little easier, a little calmer, and maybe a little more meaningful. It's not about a choice between control and support. It's about learning how to dance between the two. So take that next step with a little bit of hope, because you're not walking into the future alone.